All right, speaking of opening the door, comments, 1, then 2, yep.
You talk about the need for high-profile spokesmen. I think you guys are it, aren't you? I mean, to the big food processing industry, I think you guys are like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, aren't you? Because you're going to be ruining their business. You're good-looking and slim and living the dream, as it were. Great ambassadors, but I mean, my question is to the panel already, but first in terms of Donal, the film was absolutely fantastic. It's the first time I've ever seen it. I think it's very, very powerful indeed, and I hope as many people see it as possible. I was watching it as a vegan and as a vegetarian, and obviously I think high welfare meat, people who eat high welfare meat aren't evil, so I think the diet you're advocating is absolutely fine for many people. What I'm slightly worried about is there are a large amount of vegetarians and a small minority of vegans who agree with the overall message of the movie, but obviously don't eat meat. You've got people who are intolerant to eggs or dairy, or particularly Jews or Muslims that won't want to see the bacon frying on there. So is there a kind of veggie vegan version of what you're advocating, that where meat eaters can do what you're advocating in the movie, but people like me can still do it, but just without the meat?
Well, we're off to India next, so they're 70% vegetarian. But absolutely, I mean, you'll get more benefit from what you take out than what you're actually putting in. And I mean, I gorged on fat. I don't eat that much. I couldn't eat that much. I mean, Sam's done it too. It's impossible. So I was trying to get a message across by exaggerating it. But I would still eat a lot of eggs, but I wouldn't eat anywhere near that amount of meat at this point. But, you know, Tim Noakes put me on a plane and told me to give you all his very best regards. And his message is very simple. He said, we're each on our own. And, you know, you've really got to find out what works for you, because that's not prescriptive. The only thing I tried to do was to have people watch the movie and ask themselves a question, and then, you know, go see John or Asim or Peter, or, you know, find a medic somewhere. But that's all I wanted to do. But we're all different.
What's your diet now?
Now it's still high fat. I don't eat the same volume of food. When I cut back on the volume, I actually gained a bit of weight after the movie. Because I got too thin. I don't eat bread. I mean, I might have a croissant every now and then, but I don't eat it, I don't miss it. And the girlfriend is very good at making, well, it is bread, but it's just not made from wheat, it's seeds and nut flours and that type of stuff. So I have a brilliant environment down in Cape Town where you get grass-fed beef costs about £7-8 a kilo. It's incredible. So you can eat like a king. So I choose to do that.
I'm responsible for writing all this, and I don't believe it anymore.
When my dad got sick, surprised us all. Ex-sportsman, lean, fit, healthy, never drank. Boom, heart attack. I wanted to know why that happened. What I found shocked me.
The average consumer is eating less fat in their diet. They are eating more carbohydrate in their diet, and we've got rampant increases in obesity, diabetes, heart disease.
I found out that a lot of what I thought I knew was what you could only describe as lies.
I've always been very cynical about diets.
For 28 days, I'm going to completely disregard the food pyramid. I'm going to gorge on fat.
Fat's good. Fat's good. We've been lied to about cholesterol for long. Some people don't understand how it works. There's magic in fat.
In my view, the prudent diet does not prevent heart disease, it causes it. And certainly it contributes to diabetes and obesity in a major way.
I'm controlling my diabetes without treatment.
Meat, fish, nuts, eggs, those in my view should be the core food.
We're going to prove that fat is good.
I feel a lot better. I've lost a lot of weight during time without even trying.
My favourite is a steak with nice pieces of fat on it.
And I'm quite confident in 10 years' time that the Western society will be embracing this low-carb, high-fat concept.
I'm just going to try and get to the bottom of how I can drop dead healthy.
Just don't fear fat.